ITV Central Sports Report, sponsored by WeWantAnyCar.com, the Cash for Cars website.
On to the weekend sport roundup now, and Jordan Wiley from Birmingham has become the first British player to hold all 4 major world tennis titles after winning the wheelchair women's doubles title at the US Open at the weekend.
Yes, the 22-year-old and her partner Yui Kamiji of Japan won the match 6-4, 3-6, 6-3 in stifling heat to take the title and complete a calendar Grand Slam.
In rugby, Leicester Tigers got their season off to a winning start in front of home fans with a convincing win over Newcastle at Welford Road. 4 Freddie Burns penalties gave Leicester a 9-point lead at the break. They pulled further ahead in the second half thanks to a hat-trick from winger Veroniki Goneva.
Burton Albion remain unbeaten this season after a 2-0 win against Portsmouth yesterday. Took just 2 minutes for Adam McGurk to open the scoring for Burton before Lucas Akins doubled their lead in the second half. The results leave Burton top of League Two.
And elsewhere over the weekend in League One, Coventry beat Gillingham 1-0 on their return to the Ricoh Arena on Friday. Jordan Slews scored a late consolation for Port Vale as they lost to Peterborough. Walsall and Colchester played out a 0-0 draw at the Bescot Stadium.
In League Two, Shrewsbury's unbeaten run came to an end against Hartlepool. They lost 2-0. And Cheltenham's game against Morecambe finished goalless.
Now, athletes from the region who are part of Team GB heading to the Special Olympics European Games met the Prime Minister today before travelling to Belgium. The Games were founded 50 years ago for athletes with learning difficulties. This year's Games start tomorrow in Antwerp. The athletes met David Cameron at number 10 today for a proper send-off. Blind runner and cyclist Dave Healy from West Bromwich runs marathons for charity, and he's one of the nominees in our ITV Pride of Britain Fundraiser Award.
He's an amazing guy, isn't he? Dave has raised hundreds of thousands of pounds and shows no signs of hanging up his running shoes anytime soon. Jane Hesketh tells us more.
Every step sends Dave into the unknown, something he describes as interesting rather than terrifying. He was inspired to run his first marathon when he got his first guide dog, which he says transformed his life. Since then, Dave has taken on gruelling challenges like 7 marathons in 7 days and the top-to-toe run and cycle from John O'Groats to Land's End.
People tell me I inspire a lot of kids and a lot of people, and it's all lovely. And that's just exactly how it started, and from there on in, I've sort of just loved the challenges.
A marathon for an able-bodied person is hard enough, needing physical and mental strength, but blindness brings a whole range of different problems.
When I'm walking with a guide dog, you have to have trust, and we work as a team, we work as a partnership. I have to wait for the pull or the shove, because if I don't react, or they don't react, and we don't move together, there can be some serious accidents, so they are a very important part of my kit.
Dave organises his own training regime and sponsors and pulls together a team for support for every challenge he does. He's raised thousands for many worthy causes, including the charity Changing Our Lives in Hagley in Birmingham. They help people with all kinds of physical and mental problems to achieve their potential and not be restricted by their disability.
He happens to call himself Blind Dave, but he's never had that limit his life in any way. He's a carpenter. He's actually a great singer if you speak to him, and he writes poetry. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a fabulous father. He's a great fundraiser. So that's really being an all-rounded person with a disability. That's what we stand for as a charity.
Dave's next challenge is the toughest race on earth, a 150-mile run across the Sahara Desert in aid of the Albion Foundation. Jane Hesketh, ITV News.
The multi-talented Dave Healy, and we'll be meeting 3 other nominees for the ITV Pride of Britain Fundraiser Award here on ITV News Central all this week before we announce the winner on Friday.
Jaguar is unveiling its latest model at a glitzy ceremony in London tonight.
Yes, the new XE will be built at Land Rover's plant in Solihull. It's expected to arrive in showrooms sometime next year, and prices are likely to start from around £27,000.
And hopefully we'll show you some pictures of it tomorrow. Now for a look at the weather forecast with James Wright.
Hi there, good evening. Hope you had a good start to the week. Shame we're at work with all that lovely sunshine around. More sunshine to come as high pressure dominates our weather over the next few days, although as that moves, expected to drag in a little bit of cloud from time to time, particularly as we head through the middle part of the week. There will be a little bit of cloud around overnight. Plenty of clear spells though, enough to see the super moon, the harvest moon too tonight. A little bit of mist may form in 1 or 2 places because of the light breeze, but that cloud will stop it from getting too chilly, lows of 6 to 10 Celsius. Tomorrow morning, lots of sunshine around again to start the day. A little bit of extra cloud compared to this morning and a bit more on offer in the afternoon. In fact, thick enough in places to kill off the sunshine, but temperatures still not doing too badly, 18 or 19 Celsius. Touch cooler further north. Highs of just 15 now on that northerly breeze. And like I say, more cloud midweek. Hopefully some brighter weather to enjoy on Friday. Have a good evening.
James Wright, all right? That's it.
All week.
Yes, and that's it. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Cameron's carrot to the Scots, a new offer to give them more control over tax and welfare spending. With just 10 days to go and the Yes campaign gaining ground, the government's launched a last-ditch push to save the union.
It has already got additional tax-raising powers coming down the line, and on top of that there will be more powers in relation to tax, in relation to welfare.
Also tonight, a spring baby for the Cambridges as they announce Kate's expecting again.
It's been a tricky few days, week or so, but obviously we're immensely thrilled. It's great news.
5-year-old Asher arrives in Prague for the cancer therapy that could save his life.
And the reading crisis in our schools, the new campaign to improve literacy.
This is ITV News with Mary Nightingale and Mark Austin.
Good evening. A last-minute offer of greater tax powers for Scotland is being scrambled together in Westminster tonight in an 11th-hour attempt to prevent the breakup of the United Kingdom. If Scotland rejects independence, it will be allowed to set its own income tax and increase welfare spending.
Tonight's development has been prompted by a dramatic slide in the polls for the No campaign. The vote next Thursday is now on a knife edge, with the government desperately trying to save the union. Our political editor Tom Bradby reports on Westminster's new offer.